Section 1. The Unspoken War in the Heart of Love. Most love stories don't end with a dramatic, final explosion. They don't typically shatter in a single, catastrophic moment. Instead, they often fade. They erode slowly, worn down by 1,000 tiny paper cuts of misunderstanding. A slammed door that echoes in the silence for hours. A pair of eyes that look away at a crucial moment, creating a chasm where a bridge should have been. The palpable weight of unspoken words hanging in the air, thick with frustration and disappointment. We've all seen it, and perhaps we have all felt it. This is the quiet, creeping erosion of connection that happens when communication fails, turning a shared home into separate, lonely islands. What begins with whispered promises and shared dreams, confusion, resentment, an aching distance. The person you once couldn't wait to share every thought with now feels like a stranger across the dinner table. The bond that felt so unbreakable now seems terrifyingly fragile. You start to wonder, how did we get here? When did talking become so hard? This slow drift is not a failure of love itself. It is almost always a failure of communication. The love is still there, buried under layers of hurt feelings and defensive walls. The tragedy is that most couples fall out of understanding long before they ever fall out of love. This silent suffering is a universal language, but it doesn't have to be your story's final chapter. Conflict, withdrawal, loneliness, and like any cycle, it can be broken. The arguments that feel so personal and unique to your relationship are often rooted in predictable, understandable patterns of human emotion and reaction. Fear of not being seen, the sting of feeling unheard, the deep primal need to feel that you matter to the person who matters most to you. These are the invisible forces that drive the wedges between us, and they can be brought into the light, understood, and ultimately healed. Imagine a different reality for your relationship. A reality where disagreements don't escalate into battles. A world where you and your partner possess a shared language, a secret code that allows you to navigate conflict with grace and emerge on the other side feeling more connected, not less. This is not a far-off fantasy. It is a skill that can be learned, a practice that can be mastered. It is the art of communicating in a way that honors the love you have built, protecting it from the corrosive effects of misunderstanding. This is the journey we are about to embark on together, a path back to the heart of your connection. Section 2. When talking becomes a battlefield. Why does a simple conversation about whose turn it is to take out the trash suddenly feel like a declaration of war? How does a discussion about weekend plans spiral into a tense standoff, leaving both partners feeling wounded and resentful? The truth is, these arguments are rarely about the topic at hand. They are about the powerful undercurrents of emotion flowing just beneath the surface of the words. Communication doesn't have to hurt. Talking doesn't have to turn into a war where you aim to win points, but risk losing the person you love. The secret is learning to see beyond the words and understand what is truly being said. The real enemies in these conflicts are not your partner's opinions or their actions. The real enemies are invisible forces like fear, misunderstanding, past hurts. It is the fear of not being heard that makes you raise your voice. It is the fear of losing control that makes you rigid and unyielding. It is the echoes of childhood wounds, where you learned that your voice didn't matter, that now cause you to shut down completely. These deep-seated fears trigger our most primal defense mechanisms, turning a simple exchange into a high-stakes emotional battle for survival, recognition, validation. Consider the power of tone. The exact same sentence, "Are you going to be late again?" can be a simple neutral question or a loaded accusation dripping with years of accumulated resentment. Your partner's heart doesn't just listen to the words, it listens to the music behind them. And when that music is harsh, critical, or dismissive, the heart instinctively braces for an attack. The ego, in its endless quest to protect our vulnerable core, steps in. It builds walls, it sharpens our words into weapons, It convinces us that we must be right at all costs, forgetting that the ultimate cost may be the trust and safety of our relationship. When the heart is scared, the mouth becomes a weapon. This is the fundamental dynamic at play in nearly every argument. When you see your partner shouting, what you are often witnessing is not aggression, but a desperate cry from a place of deep pain. The person yelling the loudest is often the one hurting the deepest. Beneath the angry words, there is a softer, more vulnerable message. I'm afraid to lose you. I just want to feel like I matter to you. Please just see me. Hear me. Understanding this changes everything. It reframes the conflict from a battle against your partner to a shared struggle against fear itself. Section 3, the masterclass. Every couple deserves. Welcome to the communication masterclass every couple needs. This is not another lecture about using I statements, nor is it a set of rigid rules that feel unnatural. This is an invitation to a profound transformation. It's a journey into the heart of connection. It's designed to give you tools to build a love that is lasting and truly unbreakable. Here, we will dismantle destructive patterns of arguing piece by piece, then replace them with a new language: safety, understanding, unwavering partnership. This is a masterclass that heals, not one that wounds. It is founded on the principle that your connection is your most precious asset. Throughout our time together, you'll see a powerful resource on screen that complements everything we learn. The book, Forever Us: The Enduring Secrets to a Happy Unbreakable Marriage by NGWI-MENYI Taka, showcasing the cover, pages, and an Amazon link. The book is more than a companion, a deep dive manual for the heart of your relationship. It contains frameworks, worksheets, step-by-step guidance to turn class principles into daily habits. Think of it as your personal roadmap through the complex terrain of love. This is a results-driven experience. We're here not just to inspire, but to give tangible skills that create immediate, lasting change. You'll learn why your brains react the way they do during conflict, and how to calm the survival instinct that makes your partner feel like an enemy. You will discover the golden rule of communication that prioritizes connection. You will master the art of listening in a way that truly heals, making your partner feel seen, heard, cherished, even during disagreement. Every lesson is practical, profound, immediately applicable. Forget what you think you know about fixing communication problems. We're not here to place blame or decide who's right or wrong. We're here to build a bridge back to each other, a space of learning, growth, and most importantly, hope. For the couple on the brink of giving up, and for the couple who wants to turn a good relationship into a great one. Stop the cycle of painful arguments. Start building a legacy of unbreakable love, one conversation at a time. The journey begins now. Section 4. A promise of a new beginning. This masterclass comes with a singular, powerful promise. Your communication can be changed. Your relationship can be transformed. The distance you feel is not a permanent state. It is a temporary location. You are not destined to repeat the same painful arguments for the rest of your lives. The hurt, the frustration, the loneliness you may be experiencing, they are simply a sign that you need a new way of relating to one another. This is a promise of a new beginning, an opportunity to rewrite the rules of engagement and rediscover the joy and intimacy that first brought you together. This journey is about more than just avoiding fights. It is about actively creating a sanctuary within your relationship. It's about cultivating a dynamic where both partners feel so profoundly safe that they can share their deepest fears, their most vulnerable truths, their wildest dreams, without fear of judgment or rejection. It's about building a love that is resilient enough to withstand life's storms, not because you never disagree, but because you know how to navigate those disagreements with honor, respect, and an unshakable commitment to your shared bond. This is the true meaning of an unbreakable marriage. The path forward requires courage, commitment, and a willingness to learn. It requires you to be open to seeing your partner and yourself in a new light. It asks you to trade the temporary satisfaction of winning an argument for the permanent security of winning your partner's trust. The tools and strategies you will learn here are not complicated, but they are profound. They have the power to not only end the cycle of conflict, but to infuse your relationship with a level of intimacy, partnership, and emotional connection you may not have thought possible. You are on the cusp of that change. So, let go of the past. Let go of the resentment, the scorekeeping, and the belief that things can never be different. A new way of loving is available to you right now, in this very moment. It begins with the simple choice to learn a new language, the secret language of unbreakable love. This is your invitation to step into a new chapter of your relationship, one defined not by conflict, but by deep and abiding connection. Let us begin this transformative work together and build a future where your love story's best chapters are still ahead.